Well, possible one, welcome back. In the last video, I talked about types of relationship. In this video, I will be discussing the principle of brotherhood. The principle of brotherhood. Well, this will be a good place for you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let me take this opportunity to tell you how much I appreciate your efforts in helping us grow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, purpose-driven relationships are covenantal, and that is where attention and investment must be dedicated. A covenant is a contract which involves two or more people or personalities with agreed conditions that each party is to adhere to. A covenant is not a promise, but a vow that cannot be broken. If one party does not fulfill his or her part, the other party is not obliged to fulfill his or her part either. And so, relationship of two people in the Old Testament give us some principles to live by, and that is the relationship between David and Jonathan. Jonathan, who was at that time in a higher social status than David, gave David some things that were symbolic in the principle of brotherhood. And these are the things I want to talk about. The first thing that Jonathan gave was his robe. Now, Jonathan had on the royal robe. He was royalty and had to wear the robes to match. The robes identified him as the prince of Israel. It was unique. Without it, he would be seen as any ordinary person on the streets without an identity. In removing the robe, he took off that which made him somebody and gave it to David in exchange for nothing. Now, number two is the armor. So Jonathan further gave David his armor. That is what protected him. We all have protective instincts inside us. The protective instincts help us to be able to identify danger and decide to either flee, freeze, or fight in any situation. If we believe we can overcome the situation, we fight. If we believe the situation overcomes us, we flee. Now, giving your armor is the willingness to protect the other at your own peril. So that is one thing. He gave him the ability to protect him. Then he gave him a sword. Now, this is the ability to wound or kill at a close range. There are people that will tell you things that do not actually mean, or that are not true. They just keep feeding your ego and stringing you on or stringing you along. These persons still have their sword with them. When you are wrong, they do not tell you, and rather agree with you on your action. But people that will give you their sword are people that will protect you. They gave me his bow. This is the ability to wound you from afar. These are people who will protect you in your absence. They will endeavor to cover you. They will not expose you when you are not there. So these are things you need to watch out in any covenantal relationship. Then he gave me his belt, that which held him together, everything together in his life. In our case, it is the truth, as stated in Ephesians. Being truthful with each other in the relationship. Let the person know exactly how you feel and where you stand on a given situation. Being truthful about your boundaries and insisting that they are respected. Some will be upset and view you as too rigid, but it is good to let a person know he or she does not cross it. Your boundaries and your beliefs, core or secondary, are the things that you keep together. You cannot compromise them, because when you do, you will lose yourself. And so it's very, very important that you look out for these things. So now you might say that, what did David do for Jonathan in exchange? Well, nothing initially, but when Jonathan died and David became king, he sought for the descendants of Jonathan and did good to them in the process. You understand what I'm saying? The effort you put in the investment of your relationship echoes in eternity. You might not get results today, benefits today, but you get it tomorrow. So it's very, very important. Look at these principles and let them be your guide. So in the next video, I'll be talking about growing in relationship. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you have not done so already, thank you for your effort. Until the next video, this is your coach and guide, OK Dugan.